الحمد لله رب العالمين والصلاة والسلام على الكريم وعلى آله وأصحابه وسلم تسليما أما بعد رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. إن شاء الله we continue our weekly hadith from Imam al-Nawawi's Riyadh al-Salihin, and our hadith today عن أبي موسى رضي الله عنه قال احترق بيت في المدينة على أهل من الليل وحدث شأنها إلى النبي عليه الصلاة والسلام قال إن هذه النار إنني رسول لكم فإذا منكم فادفعوها عنكم رواه البخاري. Translation narrated Abu Musa one night a house in Medina was burned along with its occupants, meaning the people sleeping inside were burned. The people informed the Prophet Muhammad about them, and he said, "This fire is indeed your enemy, so whenever you go to bed, put it out to protect yourselves." So the reason I mentioned this hadith is we know that in California the wildfires are going on, and this is not just a mere coincidence that there is a fire or wildfire. The society may say it's because of dry air, winds, and dryness, and brushes, and brush fire, and all that. But this fire is a lesson from Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Allah is giving us a message. Like in this hadith, Rasulullah mentioned when he was told that a house in Medina caught on fire, and the people were sleeping inside, and they died. So in response to hearing that information, he said that this fire is your enemy. And protect yourself from this enemy by putting it out. Because back in those days, they didn't have heat like we have. So people would put on the fire, because in Medina it gets cold. If you've been to Umrah in January, December, February, it's pretty cold at nighttime. But now it's modern age and technology and all that. Back then, when Medina used to get cold, they would kindle a fire for heat. So apparently this family did not put out the fire before going to sleep, and then probably the fire caught on the whole house and they burned. So when next day Rasulullah was told, he gave this this statement to remind us that don't take the fire lightly of this dunya. Point number one. Point number two is Imam Nawawi in his Tafsir writes that the fire in this dunya is a reminder of Nar Jahannam. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala reminds us that Jahannam is real, it's legitimate, it's there. We tend to forget because we only remember the dunya and everything, and we remember Jannah, but we tend to forget about Jahannam and the Nar of fire. And that's why Rasulullah used to seek refuge from Nar of Jahannam. And he used to make this dua very famous. Allahumma a'tiq riqabana wa riqaba aba'ina min an-nar. A very beautiful dua Rasulullah used to make. Allahumma a'tiq. A'tiq means free, release. Riqabana. Riqab is raqaba. Raqaba is the backside of your neck, of our neck. So he used to say, "Oh Allah, free our necks and the necks of our ancestors, father, mother, grandfather, grandmother, minan nar, from the hellfire. Free our necks from the hellfire." Meaning if we are accountable or we are pertaining to hellfire, that we've done something, then free us, Ya Allah, from that. Meaning forgive us and release us from the fire. And here in this hadith, Rasulullah said that the fire is your enemy, so make sure you put it out before you go to sleep. Qabla al-nawm. Don't let it run. So in this dunya also, of course, today we don't have a fire in our house, but we do have gas heaters or electric heaters or space heaters or whatever the case may be. We need to be careful that we don't jeopardize our house, especially in winter time. In winter time, there's a lot of potential danger of fires, even in the cold states and cold months, because of electric fires, cord. If you see the fire marshal, the fire department, they put out a safety bulletin, especially in winter months, December, January, February, that don't have extension cords, because extension cord can have an electric fire hazard, making spark. So, these things, they're coming from the fire department to, even if the fire department comes to a building like this, or any school, or any commercial building, the first thing they check, are there any, or if they come into your house even, They check how many extension cords you have plugged in. You know, sometimes you have different appliances all plugged into one electrical cord, and that one cord is going to the socket in the wall. They say it's not a good idea, it's a potential hazard. So the general message of the hadith also is that we should take the fire of this dunya serious, and we should protect ourselves and our loved ones from this potential danger of the fire of dunya. And second thing he's saying that think about this fire of dunya, how dangerous, hazard it is. Then think about the big fire, the fire of Nar Jahannam, how big a hazard it is. What are we doing to protect ourselves from that fire? Like in the California wildfires, they're giving evacuation messages, like evacuate. So fine, you evacuate, you save yourself, but your belongings, your clothes, your stuff, everything in the house is burnt, gone. They're now down to zero. They're going to Walmart or Target and buying their clothes, their underclothes and everything, because they lost everything in the fire. So Allah is giving us a message that look, at a moment's notice, you are insan, you are so vulnerable that at a moment's notice I can wipe out your whole belongings. You know, multi-million-dollar houses, mansions. You know, if you see some of the videos that they're showing in the news, these are huge, huge mansions. You know, there's a swimming pool in the back, there's a gym, there's this and that. The whole mansion is gone. You know, your whole life savings is gone. What is left? Your life. So Allah is giving a message to us and to them who lost the house that you still have time. Save yourself from the fire of Jahannam. And that is why Rasul used to make kasratul dua as Ramadan is coming out during the month of Ramadan. Kasratul dua of asking, oh Allah, save us from the fire of Jahannam. Oh Allah, save us from the hellfire. You know, and when you keep the hellfire in your brain, you tend to be more proactive in staying away from anything that would lead us to the hellfire. It's a simple litmus test. Before doing anything, we should ask ourselves the question. I should ask myself, each person asks himself, will this thing lead me to Jahannam? Yes or no? If the answer is yes, move back. Leave. Hands off. Just like by mistake you put your hand in a bucket and the water is very hot, boiling hot. As soon as you put your hand in the bucket, nobody has to tell you remove your hand. It's a knee-jerk reaction. The moment your hand dips in the bucket of water, it's so hot, you immediately take it out. That's the same mindset we should have. That the moment we see anything in our life around us, oh, this will lead me to hellfire. Oh, this will lead me to hellfire. Back off. Back off. Even if the fitna is very attractive and looks very, very luring, enticing to us, if we just remember the fire at that moment, then that fitna becomes totally non-attractive. Because the concept of fire brings the human mind, human brain interact into course alignment. You know, course alignment. Like the alignment of the car. You know, we drive the car, suddenly, especially in winter time, when you're going through potholes, suddenly you see that if you leave the steering wheel, car is veering to the right, or it's veering to the left. Do you like driving a car like that? Anybody like it? Some people, they keep driving all around the year. It's like, you go to the mechanic and say, you need alignment. Why? Because nobody likes to drive a crooked car. Two things people don't like. Actually, three things. It's a secret from the tape. Nobody likes a crooked car, nobody likes a crooked wife, and nobody likes a crooked food. So alhamdulillah, we have good food. Every Wednesday, Shai, you're most welcome to come. We don't make crooked food, we don't have crooked wives, and we don't have crooked cars. So because life is merry and peaceful when you have everything straight. Straight food, straight life, straight car, everything is on track. And that's what Allah SWT is reminding us, that the fire is something that makes you an alignment. It aligns your priorities in life. You have a focus in life that I want to go to Jannah. Even the weakest Muslim, if you remind them of hellfire, they will feel some sense of guilt and say, yeah, I haven't been praying, I have to come and pray. When you go next time to the masjid, can you please give me a ride? Because they have this feeling in the back of their mind, I am doing something wrong. Nobody will tell you, oh, I'm not praying and I don't care about it. They won't say it on the face. They will say, you make dua for me, I'm weak, I need more iman, please help me. But they will never say, yeah, I don't pray, I don't need to pray, or prayer is not necessary, you guys go pray. Because they know they're doing something wrong deep down in their heart. This is what we call al-nafs, the conscious. Our conscious will never lie to us. May Allah save us from the hellfire, and Allah protect us, and Allah protect all the brothers and sisters. sisters who are in sickness, may Allah give them shifa kamila ajla. May Allah protect all of our community members who are in any kind of illness or sickness or ailment. May Allah give them shifa kamila ajla, ya Rabbil Alameen. Allah give them shifa kamila, ya Rabbil Alameen. Those people whose loved ones have passed away, may Allah forgive their sins, forgive their mistakes, enter them in Jannah al-Firdaus. May Allah bless all of our brothers and sisters who have helped in this program of Shai. May Allah help the brothers who have sponsored for the tea and the snacks and everything. May Allah bless them in their health and their wealth and their children and their lives. May Allah give them prosperity in this dunya and akhirah. May Allah save all of us from the knowledge of Jahannam.